Hey y'all, Clusterduck here, back again with another YLands how-to. Today, I'm going to show you how to do a boat. Cal, I'm in the middle of something. Give me a minute. Anyways, I'm going to show you how to build a boat from a blueprint and start one from scratch. I'm not going to go crazy too much into it about like a boat like this or my rubber ducky boat or the Star Trek looking one I have over there. Hey, I told you I'm talking. Give me a minute. But I'm going to show you how to build a basic one from a blueprint first. And then I'm going to show you how you can deconstruct what you started from the blueprint and just make something off of that. Or just build one from scratch yourself. Alright, if you haven't, please subscribe and like this video. It's going to help me out a lot. So let's get this thing going. Slap them cheeks to the chair, grab a drink, and let's go. You're lucky I finished. Alright, first thing we're going to do is go to the blueprint section. Now you have all of these options for blueprints, and you actually can get a blueprint for the Clusterduck in the store. And also, I did put up the Star Trek ship. But for today, like I said, we're going to go with a basic blueprint to start off with, which will be this. So you just place it in the water somewhere, and then you place your blueprint machine right there. Once you do that, you go gather your materials for whatever it tells you in this list. We'll go in here, and this will tell you exactly all the materials you'll need to make this ship. That's why I did this one, because it's pretty simple and there's not a lot to get. I have actually all this on me already, so let's go with the grass. It looks like I got to get some more grass, which is odd. Normally I have so much grass I don't know what to do with, but that's okay. I can go get some more. I'm going to do the sticks, the rope, the logs, and the rock. Alright, we'll go get the grass and the rock that we have left. But I'll show you also, when you add things into it, it will start building the parts on there. The reason you're not seeing the rest of it right now is because I still have to add the rest of the parts, like the stone and stuff it's requiring. If you were to cancel this, what's showing right now would stay built, but you'd be missing the rest of it. I just want to point that out. Alright, I'm going to go get the stuff I need, and I'll be right back. Alright, now that we have the rest of the materials we need, we'll just right click on this and then find the rest of the stone. Where is that? There it is. Boom. And then there's items, which sometimes they may require items. It's not an all the time thing, but most likely there will be like decorations or things like that people may have put on. So luckily with the primitive there is nothing like that, but just to let you know that there is something like that here and there. Alright, I should have everything and this thing should be good to go. Let's stop building. And boom, there she is, all finished. Now you have this ship, you can do whatever you want with it. You can start driving it, take it out for a spin right now, or you can do what we're gonna do. You put it in edit mode, and you can start destroying things. Now, usually you would use like a demolition hammer or something like that, but I want to have control over what I'm doing. And I'm sure there's different ways people will tell you you can do it, but the way I choose to do it is I just grab one of the smallest stone blocks like this, and I have control over what I delete, like this. So I'm just going to delete all this extra stuff that I don't need. Make sure if you're close to something like your building or things like that, you don't click too fast and delete parts of your building or ground, because, you know, Cluster may have done that a few times and learned the hard way. But I still do it because I get hyper and I start clicking really fast like this and not paying attention to my surroundings. So the best thing to do is really not build near your really good ships or your buildings. Cow, I'm doing something. Sorry. Interrupting cow. But I like them. They are actually new to the game. They've been added. They're Highland cows. If y'all want, I can do a video on animal taming and how to capture animals, that type of thing. Just let me know in the comments. And we'll keep... Actually, we'll delete these. Because I'm not going to want them in that spot. So, we'll take and get rid of actually all this extra stuff. We'll start with the basic, primitive raft and go from there. That way you can see what it actually looks like from the base form. It'd be a lot easier if I just deleted the whole thing and just built a basic raft from the scratch, but why do things the easier way? I can just show you the drawn out way like I'm doing now. Oops, and I deleted the whole thing. So I guess we're going to be showing you the from scratch way. Iterate again. Don't get gung-ho with the deleting like I just did. Yeah, I planned that. That's what it was. You're welcome. Anyway, we'll go to vehicles, go to ships, and you have all these different options for your ships. We're going to go to primitive, because that's going to be the easiest to do. I'm going to slap it right here, boom. Now it's back. Now, you can delete the anchor and the ladder from where it is. That way you don't have to keep it where it's placed. And I am going to delete those, and this time, try not to delete more than I need to. And actually, you can use items you choose to craft with to delete things also. Just make sure you're aimed at the right thing and don't delete too much. Oh, one more ladder and boom. Good. Now get out of this before I delete this, the rest of the ship. Alright, we're gonna think of something to make. Since I have a duck there, let's do a mini duck. There is a ship that you can make in the game. Let me see if rafting boats. It's called the duck boat, and it's kind of cool. It's like, but it's like one of these. It's like a canoe, where only thing you can do is control it, but you can't actually make it a permanent ship like you can one of these, where you can summon them and unsummon them. Like the raft, you can control it like any other boat, but unfortunately you can't summon it and resummon it. Because honestly, I would like to have a couple of those rafts on my main boat for when we're in multiplayer and we can just leave it parked in the middle of the ocean and take the rafts out. That would be great. But anyway, let me get to the point. I'm going to think of a way I'm going to design this, and I'll be right back. All right, now, I did go sleep until the nasty weather was gone, because this is polar, and we're going to get a lot of that probably while I'm building. So I apologize. I just wanted to build that near my main base, since I had all my supplies here, and I didn't have to go out looking for everything I needed to do this. So, we're going to do maybe like a version of this ship for you. It's going to be basic, it's not going to be crazy, but I'll show you what I did in a idea of how it came out to be looking like that. So first, now, not everybody's going to have this unlocked. We're just going to do stone, because that's just what I have an overabundance of. Now, keep in mind, the type of block does not affect anything. So, just because I'm using stone, most of the blocks have the same shapes in all of them, so you can recreate this if you want to later on, if you're just feeling like Froggy in one of Duck Boat. Alright, so let's get with the base. We're going to actually spread this out as far as we can once we go, because we want to know what our largest area to work with is. Alright, that looks like it's going to be as far as we can go wide from this direction, which is pretty good for a little ship like this. Because you do want all the room you can get for storage and things like that when you do a ship. Now, you don't have to. You can make it small as you want. And if you're not planning on doing things like a forge or crafting table or anything like that on your ship, then it doesn't really matter. But if you're wanting to do a lot of things off your ship and not have a home base for a while, go big as you can. Alright, let's add some to the back. See how far it'll let us. Alright, one more. Good. And see if it'll do one more. Yes, it will let me do one more. I don't think it'll... Yeah, I didn't think it'll let me go any farther than that. But this is the base of the ship. Now keep in mind, you can place the anchor and the steering anywhere you want in this area. Now, what I did with this is after I did that, I jumped down into the water and I flipped my block. Let's get to where I can breathe. I might have, yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to move the ship forward a little bit because your boy cluster built too close. So let's move that and then I'll be right back. Looks like we're going to get some nasty weather, but that shouldn't affect anything. If it does, I'll just go sleep and we'll be right back. Like I said, we'll get back to the building part. I'm just using the first big block that I come across, so you don't really have to worry about anything. All right, let me switch this around. We're going to keep the design basic, so let me flip it there. Now, building down here is always kind of a pain because you're doing it from underwater, and of course you're always moving, and that always drives me crazy. But it can always be adjusted and fixed. You just have to be patient and watch when you go under. Come on, there we go. Go across. Now here it's going to stop me from doing that, but I'll show you a way you can get around that in just a moment. Let me finish each side that I can build on. Alright, now you see this where it's not giving me the option to place this here. You can hit V on your keyboard. Now, it's not going to be easy. You can either leave it open or not, but basically, V will give you the option to place things where they don't want to usually be placed, and you can place it in there. Probably the easiest way is get it lined up where you think it's going to need to be, like right here, and hit J. And it brings it down to the level you need. And then you can go forward, backwards, get it close as you can. It's not going to be perfect, again, because we're on the water and it's going to keep moving. So just keep that in your plans when you're doing things. That's going to bother me enough. Okay, I'm going to try it one more time. Hit J a few times.
One eternity later.
Boom. Alright, you know what? That'll work. It's not terrible. It's slightly sunk in, but it doesn't look that bad. Alright, so J and V are going to be your friends with that kind of thing. It's filled in. Obviously, it's not perfect, but you ain't going to be able to see it from on top of the water. It's still annoying. But anyways, I hope that kind of helped a little bit. Now, let's get to the sides. Alright, I'm just going to start building the basics, building things, and then when I get to something that I need to explain, I'll stop and I'll explain it to you. Alright, here we go. Now, real quick, before I finish, I keep going. You're probably wondering, how is he getting up there? He has that backpack, so it's making it easier for him to, you know, get out to the higher places and things like that. And yes, it does make it a lot easier. But keep in mind, there's ways around that while you're building. So you haven't got that far in the game. You're basically still at the primitive stage. Just make you a stair ladder or something to go up, because you can always delete them once you're done. And like I said, watch where you're clicking, because you'll delete stuff you don't want to delete. But let me put that back real quick. But yeah, you can just make a little stairs to get up to places you can't reach, and that'll save you some trouble. Do that, then go back and delete them as you go and add them as you go. You're not losing anything by doing it, and it's not going to hurt anything. So just keep that in mind. It'll save you a lot of trouble. All right, back to the building. All right, y'all. You're probably wondering, why is he under the ship? And this is where we're going to hide our sails. And this is actually what I did with my other ship. So first, let me arrange them the direction I want while I'm looking underwater. There. That way they open the way I want to go. And I place them as low as possible inside here. They will still work, no problem. So you don't have to worry about that. And the funny thing is, when they engage, they will stick out just a little bit below, so it looks like your duck has flippers. So I just thought I'd show you that real quick. That is how you hide, a good way to hide the sails on a ship. I kind of like doing it like on the, let me show you real quick. On this ship over here, my spaceship, you cannot see the sails on this thing. I'm a pro. Doesn't it show? Okay, that was not supposed to rhyme, but it did. But anyways, my sails are actually in this section right here, where my storage containers are. They're hidden in here. And I'll show you, I'll get on the ship, and I will open the sails. Splish the sails. The sails are open right now, and I'm facing forward. Only thing you'll see is that little bit of bobbing right there from the sails showing. I just wanted to show you that you have a lot of options to be able to hide things in this game, or if you don't want your sails showing. Like on this, see? They're hidden under the ship. I put those on later because I wanted more speed once I unlocked those. But you don't have to do that. It's just something I decided to do. Alright, let's get back to working on this thing. Alright, the ship is finished. It's nighttime, but I want to give you a view of the nighttime real quick of it versus the daytime. So let me fly off real quick. And this is the stone duck. Now, obviously, I could have done a lot more, but I just want to give you a quick, kind of cool little idea of stuff you could do. I'll show you all the little things I did to it as soon as there's daylight. So just give me a moment and I'll be right back. All right, here is the duck. Now, obviously I didn't arrange all the blocks to correct colors or anything like that. I wasn't really worried about that. I just wanted to give you all the general idea of what you could do while you make a ship or do anything in this game. It's all in your imagination what you can come up with. I came up with all these off the top of my head. This thing, there was no plan. It was just off the hip. I wanted to make a duck. Oh, rubber ducky. And I think I fit that bill. Sorry, the pun was intended. But yeah, I'll show you the things I've done, like the underwater sails and everything. You have your way to get on the ship from the back. You have storage baskets here. And then you have another area where you have bigger storage. And then I want to just make more room. So you got an extra little room here, here, and then a main room here. And then you come into this, you go up the ladder, you open your gates, and you got your bed to sleep on. It's pretty simple. And honestly, I think it'll all work. Now, you do not have to have this here. You could actually place it right here on top of the head if you want, which honestly, it'll probably be a better spot too. I just didn't want to do that to affect the view of the way it's built at the moment. But let's see if it even is pilotable from this area. If not, we'll just move it to the head. Okay, first person, no. Third person, actually that was third person. This is third person, and you cannot pilot this from third person in this position. So you know what we do? Sorry about that. Back off, put it in edit mode. We'll go to here. This, delete that. Delete that. Now, take it back out of edit mode. And you can see just fine. This thing sails pretty well, actually. It's quick. It has 4 sails. For a primitive ship, that's actually pretty fast. So you have a good running little ship here. I don't see any problems with it whatsoever. And like I said, this is just to show you what you can and can't do. Which there's not a lot of can't. Now, I want to show you something. I did not use this in building this, but I want to show you something you'll be able to do later on. So this can help affect the way you build things. Grab the block. And see, you can build here, and but say you want kind of like a little roof or something, but you don't want to use these triangle blocks. Or you want to just do an angle. Now, you hit V on your keyboard, and you hold down G. And look, you can angle your block. Not many people know you can do that. And since it's in V mode, you can actually place it in places. And if you need to lower it lower or anything, you can hit J to make it fit a little bit better to where you want and go from there. So I just want to let you know you can do that. H also works the same way. You can change the axis. Well, it looks like I got a subscriber while I'm recording. I didn't see who the person's name is, but you know what? Since I forgot to turn that off while recording, I'll give you a shout out in the video. Thank you for subscribing, whoever you are. So anyway, like I said, you can just change the angles and axis the way you want. And F also, you know, you can use F and it changes like that. So you can place it in like that. Don't know why you would want to, but you know what? you might have a really cool idea that you want to come up with that involves that. I just want to show you guys what y'all could do, and there's nothing really stopping you other than the build size of the vehicle. The shell that I use, which is the primitive, is one of the smallest build areas you can do. You go to woodwinds and the catamaran, the elf, and the steamship and all that, and you get a lot more build area. Obviously, look at the size of that thing over there. But still, you got a lot to work with from each one. So just keep in mind, and when you plan out, go the biggest size you can from the start on the floors, and then adjust everything from there. So that way you know the width and height of everything you can do. And a good way to know the height is to take and pick one of these. And I do this sometimes when I'm starting to build. Before I even put the floors down, I'll do this and I'll stack these on top of each other high as I can go. And see, that's pretty much telling me my build limit is that high. And then you do the same thing. You just make a cross, rotate this the right direction, and I'll be good. And you can just, again, just stack them out, and you can go smaller blocks, and that'll tell you your width of how far out you can go. And just do the same thing going back to front. You get your whole axis in. It tells you your build width right there, and tells you pretty much the angles and things like that you can pull off too. So just keep that in mind. Unless you want to build a big giant cube, which I have done that once. I tried to make a Borg ship, to be honest. Star Trek nerd here. If for some reason you want to make this ship or make a blueprint of this, I will take a blueprint and put it in the store for you to choose and make yourself. The name of the ship, I'm not quite sure what I will call it yet of the blueprint, but it'll be on the screen right now what that will be for you to be able to search to find it. But I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope to see you back next time. Please have a great day. Cluster Duck out.